So, if the amount that is picked is less than the actual amount that was due, does that mean that every month the pay would just roll over to the next month and grow higher and higher and higher? Debt. I keep it tight, I keep my figure right. I know I need to do better. I know. Anyway, for my man. So, recently I spoke with a woman who they were selling something. I'm going to speak in very general terms, very deliberately. But I'll say they were selling something. And she was like, yes, and don't worry about payments. I understand. Just, we're easy. If and this was an option. If you would like to just pay us every single month the total fee, or you can discuss whatever you want to pay and pay that. And I was like, okay. And I had to ask, so if the amount that is picked is less than the actual amount that was due, does that mean that every month the pay would just roll over to the next month and grow higher and higher and higher? Debt. In other words, being debt. And she was like, but we're really easy with that. We're really easy with that. We take it really easy. And I was like, so does that mean that my debt would just continue to avalanche? Hey, and just grow and grow and grow. If I were to say, let's do a smaller amount instead of a larger amount. Or would the added amount that I do under it just magically disappear? If I say, you know what, I don't want to spend that much every time, I'd rather spend less. Does that mean that it will cost me less, or will that amount left unpaid just travel to the next month? And she was like, yes, but we're really flexible. And I was like, ooh. That's exactly how people get caught up in credit card debt being one of the main things. But, no, being really flexible doesn't mean it's going to be something that you don't have to pay. Okay? So, what being really flexible means, probably, worst case scenario, at the end of the year, it'll be written off and it will leave your credit for a day, and it will be purchased by a creditor who will call you and say, oh, you know what? We're not as flexible with our payback schemes. So you have to pay it all back right now, or you're a horrible person. Thank you. Have a good day. And call constantly about it. So it's like, yeah, don't tell me that, because I know how that goes. I've been there. I've done that. I've read the book, wrote a book, and all of that. But it's just not that easy, y'all, okay? So money that has to be paid has to be paid. Physician, heal thyself, right? I get it. It's just, I'm learning and traveling on the journey of learning better, learning more, and realizing now that when somebody says, Oh, you know, we're easy about it. Don't even worry about it. We'll be cool. It's not always that cool. Talk to you later, social media family. Peace. Stay blessed. Yes.